So good day everyone, my name is Jericho Labis and my report is all about the principles on selecting instructional materials based on their appropriateness and feasibility. So there are five principles that we need to consider in making an instructional materials. The first is the appropriateness or the target learners and instruction. The second, the authenticity or the dependable. Then the third one is the interest. Then the fourth one is the cost or the economy. Then the last one is the organization and balance. So the first one is the appropriateness. It is a target learners and instruction. So this principle emphasizes that the importance of aligning instructional materials with the needs, abilities, and characteristics of the learners. So it is understandable in the statement that when you make a instructional materials, it should be suitable for your learners' needs, abilities, and characteristics because materials should be suitable for their age, skill level, and cultural background of the students. Additionally, they should match the specific instructional goals and objectives of the curriculum. No? Kailangan natin pag gumawa tayo ng isang instructional materials, it should be aligned to the curriculum and the objectives of the curriculum. Authenticity or dependable. Authentic instructional materials are reliable and trustworthy. When you make an instructional material, it should be reliable and trustworthy because you give information to your students and it should be a clear and a fact information. They should be accurate, up to date, and free from bias or misinformation. In making your instructional materials, it should be an up-to-date and it should be free from bias. You as a teacher, you should be fair for all your students, no? And give them a proper information and a real or a fact information. Authenticity ensures that learners are exposed to credible and relevant content, enhancing their learning experience. Your instructional material should be credible and relevant to your content because it should be suitable always to your content in order your students hit the objectives of the curriculum and their learning outcome. The third one is the interest. Engaging in instructional materials captures the learner's interest and motivation. Of course, if your instructional materials are creative and attractive to the eyes of your learners, then your learners are motivated to engage or to participate to your discussion and lessons. They should be designed to stimulate curiosity and enthusiasm for subject matter. When students find material interesting, they are more likely to actively engage in the learning process. It develops the curiosity of your students if your instructional materials are attractive to their eyes or even unique to other instructional materials. So the fourth one is the cost or economy. The cost of instructional materials can significantly impact educational budget. Of course, if there are instructional materials, then there is a cost or expenses because instructional materials are needed to impart to the learning of your students. It's crucial to consider the economic feasibility of adapting specific materials. This involves evaluating not only the initial purchase cost but also the maintenance, licensing, and any hidden expenses associated with the materials. When we make our instructional materials, of course it is costly, considering that there also has a maintenance, licensing, and other expenses that you need to make your instructional materials creatively and professionally. Then the last one is the organization and balance. Instructional materials should be well organized and balanced in terms of content coverage. They should be follow a logical structure that supports the learning progression. There is always a limitation by giving discussion or lessons to your students, considering that all your lessons cannot be retained in the mind or the brain of your students directly. Balance refers to providing a mix different types of materials, textbooks, multimedia, hands-on activities to cater to diverse learning styles. When in terms in student learning, we have called multiple intelligence, and you as a teacher, you should be flexible on providing different instructional materials like textbooks, multimedia, and etc. to cater the different learning styles of your learners. I hope you all gain some knowledge about my report, and that's all. Thank you.